So we were just playing with the 4-way stitches in menu S1, where there's 17 different stitches that can be sewn in a northeast, southwest option. But there's also menu T. T is pictured with arrows that point in 8 different directions. So we can sew 8 different ways with these 2 stitches. The first one is a straight stitch, and the second one is the triple straight stitch. So if I just go ahead and start off, let's just kind of go down in this lower right corner. It shows me to put my S foot on. That's the wider foot for all of our sideways motion stitches. And it's just going to stitch in a 45-degree angle. When I get to where I want to go, for example, if I want to go ahead and then stitch my way back, kind of create a chevron all the way down my fabric, I sure can. So then I can go, but what if I wanted to go back a direction and then maybe head back another direction? This is so nice because there's times where I don't want to move or twist my fabric. I can go ahead and utilize the different directions and just go in that direction and get until I get there. And it really is a great time saver. So there's 8 different directions. You technically can make yourself a stop sign. And then let's just try it with the, let's see here, not the multiple point zigzag. It's the triple straight stitch, or like your reinforced stitch. So it will give you a heavier line as you're stitching. So if I stitch down to one side and then stitch down to the other side, and then if I wanted to go straight for a little bit, I can just go ahead and go straight. So let me give you an idea of what this is doing. So without stopping, we went from straight stitches down, back, without turning our fabric, and then we switched to the thicker stitch, the reinforced straight stitch, like a triple stitch. That gave us the heavier line. Now, this is all fine and good for when you don't want to turn your fabric, or if you're doing any mending, you've put the pant leg on your free arm, you can just go around the patch and do the 4 directions, north, east, south, and west. But do you know you can actually use these in conjunction with your memory? So let me show you something that I've done in the past. I'm going to open up Program. And I'm going to delete the last little guys I had in there. I'm going to come over to our Scallop menu. And I can't exactly remember which one I used, so I'm going to just touch one. And let's just do this one. I'm going to put this in 3 times. So there's going to be 3 of them in there. I'm going to move the cursor back to in between the first and second scallop. And I'm going to do and add some of these directional stitches. And I'm going to use just the single one. I'm going to go ahead and add some diagonals. What it's doing is it's moving where the start point. I'm going to back up 1 stitch, and then just do a kind of up and up. Maybe a little bit more, and then here. So then I'm going to have a stitch that's going to stitch down, and it's going to stitch back, and then it'll start the second scallop. Move my cursor between the second and third scallop, and let's go ahead and return that kind of back to where we started, and maybe up a little bit. Nope, maybe not that direction, but like that. If I want to see what that's going to look like, I can see that it's going to stack the scallops one right after another. So you can utilize the decorative 8 directional stitches to create kind of your own new look. If you want to save it, touch the Save to My Stitches, touch number 1. Now you have it saved for future use. And if you want to actually see it ready to sew, we'll give it a second here. There we go. Fun. Is to touch OK. And then it will start to repeat these stitches. So there's lots of different things that you can do by taking a decorative stitch, kind of separating it and letting it repeat itself over and over with a space in between each stitch. So have some fun with your memory, and don't let just what you see as a decorative stitch be only what you get. You can add so much more by adding 8-way stitches into the memory.